Welcome back to News for Nerds. I'm your host, Brian McCarthy, and we are here with the latest housing stats. It is April 2026. We are going over everything that happened in Q1 and March, and we are hitting the ground running here today. So the big themes in today's episode are local stats are very different from national stats. I'm going to talk about each, starting with national headlines. Scarcity is the story in Hudson County, Hoboken especially. There is a huge rental to owner pipeline in Hudson County, 6,000 plus new luxury rentals, which are going to be future buyers here pretty soon. A condo ceiling push, especially around Hoboken and Jersey City. We're talking about the difference between 3-bedroom buyers, 2 million plus buyers, and where they're shopping. Emerging markets, places that have been on the up and up over the past few months, and what's all happening in the latest. And just going over March and what was hot and what was not. So let's get started, shall we? So national headlines, if you're just reading the general news and not staying up to date and comparing to Hudson County in northern New Jersey and this greater metro Manhattan area, what you will be seeing is, promising headlines if you're a buyer and maybe slightly discouraging headlines if you're a seller. So nationally, right now, 1 in 3 homes listed for sale has already cut its price. So the housing market, is it crashing? No, but it is negotiating. Here's the 10 years of housing data and what it actually shows. So this is a great article from Housing Wire. So basically showing that markets don't crash all at once. It takes a while and it follows a pattern, or it has over the past 10 years. Sellers end up pushing prices because prices trending in a good way. Buyers start pushing back, deals fall through, and the market resets. That's kind of the general overview. And that's exactly what's happening in a lot of markets right now, especially along the Sun Belt. The median list price nationwide is $440,000, but well-priced homes are selling in about 63 days. Overpriced homes take twice as long at 121 on average. That's a 58-day gap, and that is your big marketing signal right there. So 22% of weekly activity of listings are now being withdrawn, which means sellers are basically blinking first. And the real thing to watch isn't necessarily the price. The median price has held steady for quite a while. It's the gap between what the sellers are asking and what the buyers are actually paying. So one of the stats to follow there is closing price or list to closing price ratio. When that gap widens, markets have to adjust. And when it shrinks, they basically stabilize, especially coming off of a very hot market like we've seen over the past couple of years. So, or I should say a few months, as the interest rates have been improving. So local markets usually show this first before national markets, but that is not the case with northern New Jersey. So we're going to talk about that. But if you're buying or selling in 2026, stop reading those national headlines and start getting some local data. Watch that behavior, because that's where the actual story is. Okay, first up in local news is Hoboken, where I live and work mostly. So anyway, highlights here. Single family homes, median sales price up in Q1 14%, from 2.79 million to 3.175 million this year. Those are only 2 sales, but the price consistency here is notable. The big why is finite supply. Everyone wants these. Schools are strong. Hoboken's proximity to the city, aka Manhattan, is really unmatched. And buyers who outgrow condos have almost nowhere to go. So these single families in Hoboken are the first thing that they go to. Switching over to condos real quick. Sales up 96 versus 90, so slightly there. Median price is now $835,000 versus $802 last year, so that average price is up about 5%. Days on market is way down, and the big why here is 6,000 new luxury rental units coming online locally, and that's tracking back, and more to come soon, especially over the next 3 years. So there's a steady pipeline of future buyers that are getting introduced to this market and want to stay. Many eventually want to own, and we've been seeing a lot of that starting to happen already, and that will continue to roll over in that same kind of trend. So the big picture here on why Hoboken is outperforming the national market that I was just talking about, it is really, honestly, biasly, the coolest town in New Jersey. It's right next to the city. Everyone's back to the office. Where else could you be if you, especially if you're can't afford Manhattan or you don't want that hustle and bustle, you want a little bit more of a community feel, you come to Hoboken and you're satisfied across the board. So condo buyers that hit that like low 2 million, let's say like 2.2 million, 2.25, for a 3-bedroom condo, just kind of start asking themselves, why don't I buy a house instead? So houses obviously are the answer here, but there's only about 200 single family houses in all of Hoboken. Many of them are not for sale every year. And the finished uptown ones are the ones that are first to go. And the result of all this demand and that thought process is extreme scarcity. And at the top, that drives prices up across the board. If you've been tracking my show or any of this, single family home prices have just been, I mean, I don't want to say astronomical, but they have been steadily increasing over the past several years, and I don't see that going away. It's not like we're building really any more of them. So local insight on those seems to me that although that single family housing market in Hoboken is super strong, the uptown ones, let's say above 6th Street, is really where the demand concentrates. If you're selling one below 6th Street, slightly tougher to sell, usually slightly smaller lot sizes. Buyers resist a little bit or wait, and price reductions are a little bit more likely in that area. All right, on to Jersey City. Let's take a look at Jersey City overall and then break it down locally by city and zip code. So overall, condo sale volume up 70%, median price up 3%, and average price up 10%. Days on market down about, days on market down about 14 or 15%. Single family sales are down 35%, and but median prices on those homes are up, and days on market are down. So those are two positive trends there. Why is this? Jersey City as a whole is more of a speculative blue chip market that coexists. And I'm sorry, the speculation and the blue chip market coexist here in the same Jersey City overall area, but really depends where you're looking neighborhood wise. And that makes the stats look uneven, but real demand is here across Jersey City. So March specifically, sales up 54% overall, average price up 13%, and median price up 16%. Days on market down 11%. Why is this? To me, it's because buyers that waited late in 2025 last year came back hard in January and started pulling triggers when the inventory hit in like February and March last month. Late February and all throughout March last month. All right, so let's start breaking it down by specific area. We're going to take a look at the Heights first. Sales are up 14% last month, but the median price was down 28%, and days on market was up 74. So pretty big turnaround there. The why here is big zoning changes have actually hurt the market up there. The negative impact of those zoning changes that we anticipated is now starting to show up in the data. Condo sales were down 23%. Year over year, new listings were up 32%. That's 87 compared to 66. And, you know, basic economic wise, more supply with softer demand equals longer days on market and lower prices. Let's talk about downtown Jersey City. So overall, sales are down 20%, average price down 5%, and days on market down 40%. Splitting that up though, the housing, single family housing, percent of asking price up to 112% compared to 100% last year, and average sold price pretty much maintaining steady, just down 3%. But the number of sales here is really important. So it was 1 last month compared to 3 a year ago. So can't read too much into there, but that one that went for sale closed 12% over asking price, which is pretty crazy. Condo market. What we're seeing here is days on market going down, percentage of asking price holding steady at 100. Although if you've seen a few episodes ago, I talk about why that's not always super accurate about withdrawals and coming back on. But anyway, it's a decent stat on the surface. Average sold price holding steady here, only down 2%. Number of sales down 17.5%. Well, the number of contracts is up 20%. So that is all very important. The takeaway here is that downtown Jersey City is still moving despite some of those mixed stats here. And that's really important. It matters because downtown needs to stay active to lift the surrounding ancillary markets to downtown Jersey City. In many cases, downtown is kind of a feeder market. We get a lot of first-time New Jersey or first-time North New Jersey buyers and residents in downtown. And then when they upgrade, they find an ancillary or different part of Jersey City. So contracts up 20% with new listings down 21. Basically just saying less inventory, which should support prices holding steady moving forward. And that's what we're going to keep tracking here on News for Nerds. Let's touch real quick on a market I haven't talked about in a while because there just has not been much movement there, and that is Bayla, also known as Bergen Lafayette, which is a small pocket there south of downtown Jersey City, kind of north of Liberty State Park. Small area that just has not had a lot of inventory. It's not a big place to have much anyway. But if you look at these headlines in the first slide, 114% increase in sales compared to March last year, which is pretty huge, I guess. So that's overall. We had 15 sales last month compared to 7, which is great. I'm going to keep watching this market because it is a very nice little pocket of Jersey City that is often overlooked. And when there's no listings there, there's no, it can't really take anyone there. But it is a very nice little spot. Lots of new commercial stuff going up there. So I'm excited to see this. I hope this trend continues. I want to see more listings coming on and more movement in that area. It's super nice. And if you're looking for an affordable ancillary market to downtown Jersey City, Bayla is a really good one. All right, let's move over to Bayonne. It is an emerging story as it has been over the past several months, and I keep coming back to it because the stats just show this. So 11 condo sales versus 5 last year. The condo market or the sale condo market is finally showing up and is continuing to show up as it has been for almost a year now. 15 new listings, 6 to 7 contracts, average price holding very steady. Why is this happening in Bayonne? And if you're new to this show, I'll go over for you, but there's been a lot of good stuff that I've talked about in the past that I'm not going to rehash, but newer, bigger condos are trading here. Similar products to the Heights, but a lot cheaper. A lot of developers are coming in here and seeing that opportunity that they had in the Heights and are making it happen in Bayonne. The opportunity here is it's a great alternative for buyers priced out of the Heights, priced out of downtown, who want the light rail with access to the city still, easy access to the highway, and parks. There's tons of great parks and lots of great commercial in Bayonne. One to watch is to, what I like to do anyways, to keep introducing you, my audience, and buyers to this market, because people who are reading the tea leaves here and want to take advantage of an opportunity where there is projected upward growth and like medium term appreciation, Bayonne is a great spot for this without compromising very much on location. Union City now, single family sales up 66%, and the median price in those is up 20%, which is solid for Union City. The condo market, a little different. Sales are down 24%, volume down 42%, and median price down 35%. So I was talking about this a bit in last month's episode, and what I found out very recently, something that I shouldn't have missed, but a lot of the condo home prices have been thrown off, especially when comparing to last year, because of a cluster of about 9 units that came on the market at the end of 2024, sold throughout 2025, right around Palisade and 13th Street. And those were like brand new, sold for roughly $1 million each. And they set like an artificially high bar for those condos. Like that push of those brand new condos, which you don't see very often, really like push those stats up. So when we're comparing sales in the condo area or condo section of the market this year to last year, that is why a lot of those prices have been pushing down. So uh, found that new information, wanted to let everybody know, especially after last month's episode. But Union City is Union City. It's prime location. Great value plays there for condo buyers. Lots of bigger inventory that's more affordable. But the reason you were seeing those lower price or the stats being a little bit lower and concerning is largely because of that cluster of about 9 units that sold. So clarification on my end. Thank you, and you're welcome. Long-term play here in Union City. Where's the value? The east side in the low-numbered streets, still walkable to the elevator, still appreciating, and still very much undervalued in my opinion. So keep an eye on that area or take a look at it if you're a buyer for sure. Let's move up to, or over, should I say, to Weehawken in the Port Imperial area. Single family median prices up 82%, averaging 91% up. Just the commanding increase here if you're just looking at those straight ahead stats. But if you see here, inventory way down compared to last year. The number of listings that are coming on and the ones that did sell that are making up these prices were really fantastic properties. So again, low inventory, high demand for some really great single family properties in Weehawken makes for, these higher numbers, of course. So condos, a little bit of a different story here. So sales volume down, the median is up 37% and the average price is up 12%. And a lot of this is because of the waterfront condos that are being sold. So again, on the surface here, like compared, especially Q1 of this year to Q1 of last year, we're seeing some positive signs. But what I want to highlight and what I want you to take away here is that the waterfront product in this area is really irreplaceable. There's besides 2 buildings that are being built right now, there's really no new waterfront buildings coming. There's just not enough area or land to build them. And the Port Imperial buildings specifically have been pretty soft on resale lately. Some buyers are getting in now and recently for below what the previous buyers got them for. So the sellers that are selling them bought them for more than what the buyers are buying them for right now. There's a few reasons for this that are all short-term problems. Like there's litigation. A couple buildings have their views being blocked. There's lots of inventory on the market right now, but the long-term play here is in like 10 years, you're going to look back and say like $1,000, $1,200 a square foot is going to look like a steal because they just stopped building it. And that kind of stuff is just going to continue appreciating. So now if you can deal with a little bit of short-term pain and see around those, superficial problems, great value play here, especially if you want a waterfront condo, right there on the Hudson River. Moving right along at a good clip here, we have North Bergen next, where we are seeing single-family median home prices up 20% in Q1, which is a dramatic appreciation from a few years ago, just since 2023. The sales volume is down 64%, but what is selling is commanding big numbers here in North Bergen. The condo market is up 6% on average, 2% on median, which is holding steady, which is great. The big why here, the takeaway I'm seeing, is that in North Bergen or surrounding areas, people are running out of affordable options in Jersey City and Hoboken. And North Bergen offers space, proximity to parks, including the massive Braddock Park, good restaurants, and still easy commutes and very reasonable entry points. I mean, if you think about downtown Jersey City and Hoboken, what you could get like a full gut reno project single family home for, you could buy a single family home and completely gut that thing and still be under the purchase price of your completely dilapidated single family house in Hoboken or downtown Jersey City. So yes, the single family homes there are a little bit older housing stock, but still very nice and a lot of opportunity to fix up and renovate and make it all yours at again, a very reasonable entry point in the market, and that's what's making it so popular. Last but not least, West New York, where we're seeing a couple single family home sales this past month compared to 0 last year. So that's good. Those average prices are up there as well, obviously, when you have nothing to compare it to. But even Q1 this year compared to last year, they're up. Condo median price is up 39%, average up 17%, which is outperforming Union City. It's those $1 million townhomes that are selling in West New York. They're big value plays for buyers who want space and can't stretch Hoboken and Jersey City. And it's waterfront pricing because a lot of that is right there by the water or a block away. Very nice. Very proud of West New York. Good job, guys. And there is, if you haven't seen it yet, 2 waterfront developments coming that I was talking about in Weehawken that are blocking the view at 9 on the Hudson a little bit. The first one is being built right now. That's Vista Point. The southern tower will follow when that one is complete. A lot of those condos there are looking great in their renderings. A bunch of them are under contract right now and will close when the developer gets that CO. So in a few months, when those actually close, we're going to see a huge jump in that condo average sale price and median sales price in West New York. But very exciting news across Hudson County. Wrapping it up here for April, April 2026 News for Nerds. As always, this is Brian McCarthy. If you have any questions for me, I always love to hear from you guys. Yeah, I'll see you around here next time on News for Nerds. Take care, everyone. Be well.